Hey, little Shane. I'm waiting for my feed to catch up. Happy Monday, huh? You want to write me an original song? Yeah, but wasn't that just for that show that made fun of him? Shane's at work, but he's gonna be listening. Thanks. Art of War. Hey, sun's out, guns out. No, the sun is not out here. We're actually scheduled for rain. The forecast says. Dude, that clock went bad. Those batteries, we have to throw them away. We just, I think they all need to be thrown away, and we need to start over with new. There we go. Now I got it. So it's rained for like 3 days now. I think today's day number 4, and it's forecasted for a 98% chance of rain in an hour or so. The backyard is waterlogged. The fix is in. What fix? What fix? Hey, Shaky, Terry B, Action Jackson. What a great name. That's from. Wasn't that the name of one of the characters in Predator? We need to mic you up. Now, wouldn't that get in the way of your leisurely day of... That's right. My wife has this app on her phone, color by numbers. She loves to sit there and tap, tap, tap. Every time I look over there, she's tap, 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 tap. This morning when she woke up, she got news that the app, the app was just gone off her phone. Then when she looked into it, it said that the app was removed because it was what? Collecting data? It was deemed to be unsafe by Google Play, right? Hopefully they didn't get our sex tape off of her phone. With that unsafe app, she's tap, tap. Hopefully they didn't see us tap, tap, tapping, you know? Whew! Man. How would I ever know, you know? Release my sex tape on the other side of the world. You know how I would know? Cause I got hoes in different area codes. Yes, I got hoes. One of my hoes would tell me, hey, Arizona, I saw that sex tape. You're a security breach. Terry, run faster. I can run my mouth super fast if I really wanted to. Well, I could probably just keep talking and talking. I don't think I would ever run out of stuff to say. I could just run my mouth. Oh, did you mean on the treadmill? Hey, I did squats yesterday. Did you check out that live from yesterday? At the end of it, I really turned it on. I only rested 1 minute in between my sets of squats. Powered it out. I'm feeling it right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't really feel like running. But my legs are stiff. I need to walk. Loosen them up a little bit. So I don't pull a hammy when I'm bending over to pick up some weights that I'll use to work my shoulders. Because today is shoulders day. You know, I got some of the nicest shoulders on YouTube. Oh, yeah! Sorry, that was a little loud. Even I heard that one. Even I heard that one. That's right, Action Jackson. In different area codes. What a great song. Maybe for Thirsty Thursday, I'll have a couple beers, work on my abs, and play some music. Thirsty Thursday. Huh. So it's nice that I worked my legs during rainy days here, right? I don't really want to be riding my bike on the muddy trails and flinking mud all over the place. When I was a kid, I was totally into that. It was like a badge of honor. Yeah, look at me. I was out muddy on my bike. Now I gotta clean it all up. What a pain in the ass it is. What do we start with today? Shrugs. I want to get my traps. My traps aren't big enough. I love big traps. I want some big traps. I try to limit my drinking to only on Thursdays. And I'll slowly work my way through a six-pack. The first three go viciously fast. I come out hot and heavy out of the gate, you know? The first round, there's very few people that can hang with me. I come out with so much gusto, drinking, wham, wham, wham. After about three, the reality sets in. I gotta start nursing those beers because that's all I got. And then this pace slows way the fuck down. The last one, whoa, that last beer might last me a whole hour. I don't want it to end. Woo! Ah! Yeah, so I get excited. You know, last Thursday the drinks were paid for. Thanks again, Art of War, Mother Capricorn. Free beer is always the best. Like when you go to a buddy's house, you might be drinking some shitty ass beer like Bud Light, but because it's free, it's actually pretty fucking good. That's the only circumstance that Bud Light is good, is when it's free. You understand me? Shrugs. I want to keep things simple today and use my bar.
If you know you go over there and you say to your friend, I come all the way over to your house, and all you got for me is light beer.
I do love that punchline from Back to the Future. Biff totals the car, has it towed home, helps himself to a beer from the refrigerator, then complains that all it is light beer. Why didn't you tell me your car had a blind spot? Biff.
Who's gonna pay for my dry cleaning?
Who's gonna pay for my dry cleaning? I spilled beer. Woo, man, I wish I had beer. I say I have to control myself. I can't keep it in the house. Because like right now, I'm having so much fun, I'll just start drinking it. Right? Arizona lottery. What do they think? I like to gamble? I don't gamble. You know, my mom taught me not to gamble. When I was just a kid, I had my allowance saved up. And I told my mom I saw this coupon in the newspaper for 2 dozen Dunkin' Donuts. I was like, oh, Mom, let's go get that. She's like, what do we need 2 dozen donuts for? I was like, Mom, I could eat at least a dozen myself. Oh, yeah? She said, put your money where your mouth is. Bet me. Bet me your saved up money. I was a young kid and I've been working hard, saved up some money, so I bet it. It was like $20 or something, $15. Yeah, and back then donuts were cheap from Dunkin' Donuts, so it probably only cost her like with the coupon, it was probably like $5 for 2 dozen donuts. So she got them. I sat down in front of a box, all to myself, baby. No! No! You should have seen how fast those first few donuts went down. And then I started to get sick. I don't know. With about 4 or 5 donuts left, 6 donuts, I couldn't do it. I went and got my money and gave it to my mom. That fucking bitch kept it. Even as a kid, I expected her to give it back to me. You know? Say, here you go, little Jacob, learn your lesson. No, that bitch kept my fucking money. And it really pissed me off. As a little kid, that might have been one of the first times I ever got pissed off. Well, yeah, I was gonna say that I learned not to gamble from that. I despise gamblers. I despise gambling. I will not gamble with my hard-earned money. Fuck that. But it is true. If I ever feel ripped off for money, I do fucking Hulk out. I go crazy. I lose my mind, my better judgment. I do things that I wouldn't normally do when there's money involved. So what do we got? 135. On tracks outside. Delivery is here.
Okay.
Delivery for Mr. Jake? Can anybody help you out for food? Hopefully. Hey, I hear all the food banks and things like that are just overwhelmed. Everybody is struggling right now. You know, I gave some money to the Arizona Humane Society like I said I would. I'm a man of my word. And I feel good about it right now because, you know, I read that just owning a big dog will cost you like $5,000 a year in food alone. I mean, stuff's outrageous. And there was a nice donor that stepped up and agreed to double everybody's or match everybody's contributions. So my $150 that I earned from YouTube, my first paycheck, somebody else out there doubled it. So I essentially was able to contribute $300 to the Arizona Humane Society to feed dogs and cats and take care of them and all the other things they do. I believe they're like a no-kill shelter, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. Let's let this workout begin. How this bar keeps rubbing over my ding dong, rubbing up and down, up and down. If I was a pervert, I could probably get off on that.
You got somebody in your chat who really wants your attention. They feel like they've been ignored. You're asking questions.
I'm sorry, I'm terrible at that. See, there's this safety bubble here. It's all good, but when I reach out of my bubble to look at that, I'm not in my safety bubble anymore. See how it works? A lot of times I even ignore my moderators. Shame on me. What's that, babe?
The person that needed acknowledgement said thank you. Some people just need a little acknowledgement.
Well, what was their question? Is
They
it
wanted to know if you were in the military.
for a little while? Hey, somebody yesterday said I look like Jeffrey Coleman or Jeffrey Holman. And I had never heard of that person, but I did look him up in all fairness on Google. And I can see a slight resemblance here and there. Mostly the hair, maybe. Jeffrey Holman, yeah. That's a new one for me, but I can kind of see it. John Cena? No, I don't see that one. I did look up his height, though. He is 6'1", or at least he claims to be 6'1". I am 6'1". That's barefoot and bald. I shrunk from 6'2" when I was in the military. All the weight that I carried on my back, marching, all the patrols and the miles I went on, well, it shrunk my fucking back. I lost a fucking inch. You believe that? Let's stretch out our legs in between sets because my legs are nice and sore and tight from yesterday's workout. It was a good one. And all day yesterday, after doing my squats, all I did was lay around and eat. Dude, I ate so much food. I even ate 2 big beef burritos right before I went to bed, like literally 30 minutes before I fell asleep. And as I was laying in my bed after eating 2 beef burritos, I felt fucking hungry. I just wanted to keep eating more. I think I ate about 4 or 5 times yesterday. That's all I did was eat. I haven't even weighed in today. I figured maybe I just won't trip about it. We'll just let it happen. Sometimes it's best just to let it happen. Shh, don't fight it. Just let it happen. Maybe we need a little more weight. Let's put on 50 pounds so it goes up to 185 for a couple more shrugs. Not even really feeling the burn of the pump yet. See, this is where my shoulders lock differently. What are you guys doing? Stop it. You know, one of these days I've actually, well, I don't really want to do it, but I've thought about doing it, you know, where some people just sit there up close. How can you do that for like 2 hours? I know some people don't have the balls to show their face, or they're not pretty enough to show their face. You know, some people just like live stream their backyard, never get in front of the camera. Huh? Selling Cook George, hey. It's getting cold in Canada, I imagine. It's so weird he's got to get his boat out of the water because it freezes. You don't think about stuff like that around here. Hello, Mr. Jake. I haven't seen you live streaming in a while. Probably get burnt out. You work hard, man. He's always live streaming, editing, taking pictures, photos, setting up. It's a lot of work. I get burnt out. I don't even want to do it. I was going to make a short last night of my dinner, but honestly, I just didn't feel like doing it. Is there somebody at the door? Oh, fuck. Shut up. Oh, that's somebody who's at the door. You know how I get. When I work out, I get all pumped up. Who's knocking on my door? Normally, I don't even answer the door. Fuck them. They ain't got anything I want. I got what they want. That's why they're coming to my door. I ignore them. It's just easier that way. But when I work out, I'm like, yeah, let's go, motherfucker. What you want? You picked the wrong house. I remember when I had a no soliciting sign on my front door. You quickly find out how ignorant people are. It's kind of a big word, soliciting. You'd be surprised how much of the gen population is stupid and ignorant and doesn't know what no soliciting means. So when they ring on my door, I fucking let them know what no soliciting means. I got rid of the sign. You know, you can't just fight stupid people. It's an endless supply of dummies out there. Uneducated, ignorant. Can't beat them? Join them. Fuck it. In all fairness, it did prevent some soliciting. As soon as I got rid of that sign, fucking number of dumbasses coming to my front door tripled. Not everybody's stupid and doesn't know what no soliciting means. Starting to turn a little red. I love when I get a little color. More good news?
She doesn't like the bacon and cheese treats either.
Well, we got this bougie ass dog. You know, when we adopted her from the rescue organization, she was a wild animal and she would choke down food. The foster mom was the one who told us that she might need a slow feeder. My wife and I had never heard of a slow feeder. What? A slow feeder? Sure enough, she needed it because she would just wolf it down so fast she'd just throw it up. She was probably starved and went without food for a long time. But now, she lives in the lap of luxury. Daddy takes care of her and mommy does a fantastic job. They got nothing to worry about. Now she's become picky. Oh no, not this treat. Not that treat. I only want this treat. And then when we try to give her healthy human food, same thing. No, she's not into apples. She will have the tomato occasionally. But what she really likes, what a wacko. What is it? Kale.
And cheese.
Oh, cheese. Cheese drives her wild. I don't know. We don't give her cheese. We never gave her cheese. She came into this house with a cheese addiction. I don't know.
So that's why I bought she loves bacon too. So I thought bacon and cheese treats. She'll love them. No, she won't even touch it. Princess.
She's all spoiled. She was a street hood. Now she's all bougie and picky. She's a good dog. Haven't I always said I like dogs and animals more than I like people? No surprise I give my first check to Arizona Humane Society. Go animals. People, you created the problem. All right, let's hit some shoulder flies. I'm just gonna make up one dumbbell and I'm just gonna alternate them. Right, I can just keep moving. Yeah. So I said I would give money to Humane Society. I did. Eventually, I'm going to get around to selling a bike and giving that money to Hospice of the Valley. But from now on, like any money that I make on my channel through commercials, gifts, or super chats, go towards my channel. Whatever that might be. You know, I'm addicted to bicycles and all things bikes. So I'll probably buy some bicycle parts, some bicycle tools, some new bicycles, things like that. Oh, I need some tripods so I can get the camera just perfectly placed. I need just the right shot. I need the money shot. That's where any money that I make from my channel will go towards getting the better shot, getting that money shot. You have to get the money shot. I see the things I do wrong on camera, and it may take me doing them wrong multiple times before I finally get it, but I do get it. And the stuff does become polished. Over time, I'll put a spit shine on it. My wife has already noticed that I've stopped saying, there's a bad habit, as she pointed out, and I've been aware of it for a long time. But when I see myself doing it on camera, it makes me slow down and try to think about what I'm gonna say rather than while I'm thinking. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm practicing my public speaking skills. Almost a free education, yet YouTube is paying me for this. Win-win. It's like a synergistic. You know what I'm saying? It's a force multiplier. Am I right? That's me. I always have been a force multiplier. Thinking out of the box. Achieving extraordinary results. Who's the man? Me. Oh, let's set up a 20-pound dumbbell. Are my shoulders even warmed up? No, they're not. Let's start with 15. We got plenty of time to add weight. Notice how I shaved my back. It's not hairy. It will grow back. Somebody needs to let me know first thing when you see that. I know it'll be hard to get my attention, but if you just super chat me $1.99 and say, Jake, your back is hairy, it's time to shave it, I'll get the message. You know what I'm saying? I'm just freaking kidding, but I'm not. Let's get some flies going.
You shave it or does someone else shave it?
I shave it, but my wife would shave it if I asked her. She does a lot of things I ask her. Lucky. Like when I don't want to make my own doctor appointment, my wife does it for me. It's funny listening to her. Yes, I'm calling on behalf of the patient. He's my husband. They're always like, can I talk to him? Yes, sir. Do I have permission to speak to your wife? Yes, please do. And I pass the phone. Yes! Yes! The investment was worth it. It just keeps paying off to have her around. She's so supportive. She's the best. You know, when I give out my thanks, she should be the first and the last to be thanked. Just remember that one. Seven, that's right. When we just went to America's Best, I have a problem communicating and I get lost, sidetracked in my veteran ways. What the hell was that? What are you talking about? You want to fight me? And I totally missed the fact that the glasses were like almost $300 when they were supposed to be $150. We paid that and walked out. And then later on put it together. Once my wife was done yelling at me, you idiot, you embarrassed me again. The way you act, why do you do that? What? I didn't do nothing. I tell her, oh, you were being rude, she says. No, I wasn't. They don't know rude. I think this is the second time in a row I've done this. You know, 2 years ago when I had to get these glasses, I did the same thing. We had to go to a different America's Best because I made such an ass of myself there. Yeah!
That is a great question for a member. I don't know why he goes from 0 to 100 and does stupid shit, but he does.
I don't know. I don't know. 30. Champ, this is from Mrs. Jake. Yeah, thanks, Champ. She deserves it. Because shame on me. What's that, babe?
I said, thanks, champ.
She says thanks, Champ. Again, shame on me. It was my wife's suggestion to take super chats this month. She said try something different. Hey, Eric. As I snap out of it for a minute. Eric! It was my wife's idea. And even YouTube tells you, tell people what the money's for. Why are you raising it? What's the cause? And you're more likely to get it. And I should know that because I got a marketing degree from ASU. And that's Marketing 101. When you ask for someone to take a few minutes out of their day to fill out a survey or sign a petition or donate money, you need to give them a good reason. Don't just ask. Do you have $1? Like a bum, psychologically. Do you have $1? Can you spare $1? Give them a reason. If I could just have $1, I could get a bite to eat, and I feel much better. I haven't had a bite to eat in a while. Can you spare $1? I'm a little hungry. Boom! You're more likely, statistically, to get that $1 when you give them a reason. So shame on me. My wife said all the money I raised this month should go to her to buy her a present. So I should be talking about that. So anybody watching, just so you know, anything that you gave this month, I'm turning it over to Mrs. Jake, who puts up with me and helps me out. Thanks again, champ. I'm new at all this. Sometimes it takes me a minute to catch on, but I always do catch on. Better watch out when I get the hang of it. Hey champ, there's another creator here named Barbie Vlogs. She stops in once in a while. She does YouTube. Maybe it'd be good for the two of you to link up. She obviously has a crowd that likes karaoke, and so do you. Synergy, the two of you getting together. Double your audiences. Wow! If you ever see Barbie Vlogs with a wrench, that's her. I'll have to try to tell her about you. Most of the people here with a wrench are a creator. Not all of them. Not even counting. I guess we're just going by feeling today as I sit here and talk and run my mouth. If you see her. Reminds me of that song, If You See K. Like a double meaning. If you see K, like the girl named K, if you see her, tell her I love her, or something like that, or the lyrics. But it also sounds like F-U-C-K, spelling out fuck. Nice little burn. I'll just keep going and then go to the next exercise, right? I'm hoping to end with military press, right? Go out with a bang. Trying to plan my workout. Usually I lose the audience. They don't stick around to the end. Well, maybe I should climax at the end. We'll play around with these little tinker toy weights at the beginning for a little bit of foreplay. And then we'll go in for the kill, bring on the big daddies. Well, I was gonna go to bent over flies from here, I mean, the storyline is kind of going like this, but I kind of want it to go back down just temporarily so we can go back up, baby. Right? Isn't that how you write a story? A paper, an essay? You don't want everything right up front and give away the goods. You want them to stick around and read the story. So you got to build to a climax. Yeah! I'm not a smart man, but I know a thing or two about a thing or two. Alright. I've been skipping these. Last time I did these on back day. If you bend completely over, it's more of a back exercise. You're still getting rear shoulders in there. A lot of these muscles are connected. It's kind of impossible to work one without the other. But, just like chest, incline works upper chest, decline is lower. The more you bend over, the more this is like back, but you're always gonna have your shoulders. I'm gonna hit about right here. I wanna focus on this big lump back here. The rear delt, I want this one to get nice and big. I mean, the front is already substantially large, and we'll hit that later with military press. But this rear would look nicer if I could get that to just get bigger. See how there's a little lump there? So we'll try to hit that right now, and then we'll finish with some nice heavy military press. Yeah? Maybe I can even throw in some abs right now in between this light work. We got ourselves a plan. We got ourselves a plan. Because we're working our upper back and neck, all these muscles are connected. When we come up, the last thing we want to be doing is moving our neck around, looking around the gym, moving our neck when all those muscles attached to the neck are under load. Load. Say you're gonna pick a spot ahead and just keep your head there while you do these. Even lifting your head up to look in the mirror might cause a strain. Be careful. What was I saying? Squeeze some abs in. Here we go. I definitely need them. These hanging knee raises seem to be awesome. My abs higher up in the six pack really seem to get a nice pump when I do these. You know, unlike sit-ups. Six, 16, 17. You know what helped the most with my abs? YouTube. Eyes on me. This thing is incredible. I mean, it works the whole like upper body, chest, back, shoulders, triceps, and it kills the abs. If I get a good workout on just this, like 5 sets, as many as I can do, many reps.
Anybody can afford one. They're less than $20.
This thing shreds. I will be so sore coughing, laughing, sneezing, sitting down or laying down into a rest position on my bed. This is incredible what this thing can do. I do them on my knees, but basically working out every day, going hardcore because I'm live streaming has helped me the most, to be honest, I believe. Helped my abs, burning more calories. And then I started putting abs in almost every time I work out, even if it's just like 2 or 3 sets of sit-ups or leg raises. I'm just always doing abs. I was doing that for a long time. If I were to look back at my live streams, most of them for like this 6-month period would all have abs, some abs thrown in between sets, you know? I mean, they're muscles. If you get them big enough, they will pop out even if you have a lot of body fat. But, hey man, here's the thing about abs. Most professional bodybuilders don't work abs. If they're taking testosterone or steroids, their abs will grow really big along with their hip muscles, side flexors, and it'll make them look fat. They'll lose the hourglass appearance. They want to be big, huge up top, sweep down into a little teeny aesthetic waist, and then flare back out to big, huge legs. So, right? They just rely on low body fat. When you get to a low body fat, your abs will just start popping no matter what. Even if you don't work abs, even if you don't have abs, when you get ripped, they'll pop. But they're just like anything else. They're a muscle. You get them nice and big, but do you want to have a big abdomen? And they will get huge if you take steroids or testosterone. It's called roid gut. Roid gut. You know what you can't do with roid gut? The stomach vacuum.
Oh, here we go. Buckle up, everybody. Yeah, he has a wife.
I ate all day yesterday. I had burritos right before bed. I got a burrito belly. And Thursday, I think we're gonna get pizza. Let's get pizza and beer. Thirsty Thursday?
Ooh, you know I want pizza.
Wow, pizza! Thanks, baby. You're biased though. She has Stockholm syndrome. I've held her captive for so long, she's fallen in love with me. It's twisted how the mind works. Anybody believe in hypnosis? I do. I saw it with my own eyes. In high school, in a psychology class, we had a guest speaker. A hypnotist came to high school. Hypnotized a bunch of people in the class. I didn't volunteer. But I watched my best buddy act like a complete idiot. And then later on that day, we had football practice, and I asked him about it. I said, hey, bro, what was all that bullshit up in there? What were you doing? And he was like, you saw that? Yeah, man. He's like, what was I doing? I don't even remember, bro. It was so weird. I like woke up and snapped, and everybody was looking at me. And the suggestion that the hypnotist put in him was that when he was sitting in his chair, every time the hypnotist snapped his fingers, his butt would bounce. Slowly at first, but every time he snapped his fingers, the bouncing would pick up in pace. So then, he told him to go back to his seat. He started talking. Yeah, so the other day I was out I went and caught a movie. All of a sudden, my buddies, guy carries on the conversation. And after the movie, my wife and I stopped and had a bite to eat. What's everybody laughing at? Because everybody's laughing at him, dude. He did it, everything. And then my girlfriend was in the class. She volunteered to get hypnotized too. She went up there. She didn't get hypnotized. I asked her about it. She said, yeah, I felt funny. I was starting to drift off and I didn't like it. So I resisted it, but there was something going on. What? That's so weird. Yeah, man. There's people out there that can hypnotize you. They can put suggestions in your mind if you let them. They'll make you do things and you'll have no memory of it. I believe my friend. The things that we've done, the places, the stuff we've been through, there's no reason for my good friend to lie to me. I thought for sure he was in on it. Do you know this guy? Did he pay you? I asked him about it years later. Befuddled. No fucking clue. You don't remember. In football practice, he stood there in a daze. We were all doing stretches, calisthenics, getting warmed up. Whoa! Hit the fucking pads! And he's over there fucking feeling his butt, dude, in a daze. All by himself, dude. Everybody around him in formation. 1, 2! Motherfucker's just standing there. I came up to him and said, hey, bro, what's up? What are you doing, huh? My fucking butt feels weird, dude. Because, you know, to tell you the truth, the hypnotist didn't pay attention to the time. My buddy was still under hypnosis when the bell rang, school ended. And everybody tried to rush out. And he was like, hold on, everybody stop, come back. And he tried to remove the suggestion real quickly. Maybe it didn't get fully removed. I don't know. My buddy was really weird on the football field. Years later, he still had no explanation. I do believe there's people that'll hypnotize you. All right. Let's pick up the pace. We got to get out of here. All right, let's get some military press set up. I'm gonna do it with the barbell so it's quick and easy to set up. I don't want to set up 2 dumbbells. That's a lot of weight. Let me get some knee raises before I get the bar in the way and I can't do anything. Take advantage of this opportunity before it's gone. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take advantage of it. When an opportunity presents itself, just let it happen. Go with it, man. Don't fight it. Just let it happen. Shh. It's gonna be okay. Man, that felt good. If I were to do a whole bunch more of those, woo! Let's set up military press. I think I was saying, Champ has a channel. Thanks again, Champ. Him and his wife and he, whatever it is, do karaoke every Saturday night. They have a good time.
It's a good time.
They have a good time. He takes requests. He doesn't ignore you like some streamers do. Right? Like me. like Jeff Crabtree. We just ignore you. Not all the time, to be fair. I do try sometimes. Sometimes I have to take for myself, though. I am exercising, and I'm letting you voyeur. This isn't a phone call we're on. Hey, buddy, what's up? Everybody else trying to break in the line. Hey, you remember me? Hold on, I'm on a phone call.
Terry's fishing.
Awesome, Terry.
You ever catch anything good?
Hey, Terry, I like watching Terry. He's a creator on YouTube, and he goes fishing. I know a lot of people like fishing. It's a manly type of thing. And I tried to share a link to him fishing. He has a little kayak that he pedals with his feet. It's pretty funny. And he goes fishing for these big, huge fish. They're like bigger than the canoe. Like, what are you gonna do with it when you catch it, bro? Think. Use your head. Anyways, I tried to share a link, but then he makes the stuff private. He likes to clean up the swearing and, I don't know, the drug use or whatever he does on his kayak. I'm kidding, he doesn't do drugs. Not that I know of. I don't know these people. I don't know any of them. Anything I say about any of them, it's all a fabrication. I know none of them. I can't be held responsible for any of them either, so. I remember when I first got on social media, I thought there was some kind of clout to being a moderator, like it meant something, like you were an educated person working. Boy, was I wrong! Moderator means jack squat!
You need a moderator.
Oh yeah, but you do need a moderator. Jeff needs a moderator. For people who don't read the chat very much, because they're busy doing something, or they just don't read well, moderators are great. Well, I do love my moderators. Thank you so much. My moderators are the ones who watch my commercials. You know, all the money I raised for my first paycheck was all through commercials. So all that money, you know, I get to do what I want with it. And I wanted to give it to charity. I talked it over with my wife. Arizona Humane Society has two options right now. The money you donate can be doubled by one of their generous donors who will step up and match your contributions. Or for your donations that 100% go to Humane Society, you could buy tickets to enter a raffle for a brand new Toyota 4-wheel drive truck. Estimated value of $44,000. You have to buy these tickets before the end of the month, I believe. There's some fine print that you want to read. But for my $150 donation, I could have got 10 tickets. But I talked it over with my wife, and she thought it would be better. You know, even knowing that all my the money for the tickets went, you know, because it was a donated truck, would go to the Humane Society. She thought it would be better just to give the 150 because it would be doubled for 300. So that's what we did. My wife is awesome. I always say that. And her birthday is next month. That's no lie, so I don't know. I haven't even added it up. Hold on. Champ Patton. I am derelict of duty right now. I am not doing my duties. Eric Clapton, I was going to call you. While I'm here, Eric LaPointe. See, Eric the Point already stepped up. They get a hashtag to remind me twice. I'll probably have to come back in here and rewrite this. So we got this split up here. These are people that gave me super chats. These are the people that gave me gifts. This is the person that gave me a super thanks, Mother Capricorn. And right there is a list of people. It's a very small list, but distinguished list consisting of Little Shane, who stepped up and gave both a super chat and a gift.
I just had another one of my brilliant ideas.
I was derelict of duty, not giving Champ Patton his due recognition. Thanks again, Eric. Let's get another set. This is kind of light. It's 95, but I'm warming up. Yeah, right on, man. So I guess this will go to my wife. You know, I said my first paycheck would go to my wife, but my wife is so supportive. You know, we've both wanted to give to charity for a long time, and seeing how this is just kind of like fun money, gravy, cherry on the top. We can have some fun with the first few payments and then put it into my channel. So, it's like something fun.
Like another creator who blew $135 on a girl.
Oh yeah! So I follow YouTubers. There's a YouTuber. What is he? The Iron Patriot Kill Tony, or AKA Jeff Crabtree. He does karaoke too, but he spends his YouTube money in other ways. He pays women to come over and hang out in his apartment with him. The last one he paid $100 to. He gave her $100 in advance. And then he gives her the super chats from that night that she's on. So he got like $35 in super chats. Gives her $135. I thought about that today. I was trying to pat myself on the back. After I let everybody know that I gave to charity, of course. You know, no good deed. I have to let everybody know. I'm a good guy. I might act like an asshole and say some mean things. I'm a fucking nice guy. I'm a goddamn nice guy, goddammit. Anyways, sorry that was loud. Let's add 10 pounds on each side. What? A message retracted? That's all right. I do it too once in a while. So, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought real quick. Like always, it doesn't matter. I'll get it back eventually. Even if it's next live stream, I'll be like, yeah, you remember that? And nobody will be here. It'll be all different people. Nobody will remember. They won't know what I'm talking about, but I will, and that's all that matters. So what is this, 115? 115 pounds now? Standing military press? Oh yeah, hold on, before I lose my train of thought. So today while I was walking around feeling magnanimous, cleaning this morning for my wife, I was thinking, gosh, I am a good person. I give my money to charity. But then there's the polar opposite, who spends his money on well, I think is a prostitute, but I have no proof that they had sex and they exchanged money for sex. That's only my theory. I am a good guy. Let's get that set. I spend my money on charity, not hookers. And overpriced space shoes. Man. All right, let's not wait. Let's not rest too long. I forgot to even start the counter. It's okay. I'm almost out of water too. I think I am. Yes, please. I only have a couple more sets to do anyways. It's almost over. Yeah, it's over an hour already. Cooked breakfast for your wife and then went fishing. What a lucky girl. You made her breakfast and then you left the house so she didn't have to deal with you. Fucking fantastic, Terry B. I like my alone time too. When my wife goes somewhere, I got the house to myself. Woo! I'm only lying. I hate it when she leaves. She loves it when I leave. And she has some time alone because I don't go anywhere. She loves when I go on a bike ride. Finally, you'll shut up.
Like a gym, for God's sake.
She's always encouraging me to go for bike rides. Like if I'm ever tossing around the idea, she's always like, you should. You should get out. Every single time, I'm not lying. She's very supportive.
No, sometimes I say don't go, like 9.9 times.
Yeah, but you're joking usually when you say no.
Nothing.
Or maybe I perceive it as a joke. Anytime she says no, I'm like, you're so funny, baby. Good times. On a Monday, no less. Hope we get some more rain. Maybe, nah, my legs are too sore. They really need rest. My knees, I was struggling for a little while to get warmed up with legs. That was 2 minutes of rest, my bad. All right, not too much rest. Let's try to go after a minute this time instead of 2. I got carried away talking. You head to the island? What island? Epstein Island? I thought they had security and you couldn't get to the island. Probably not. I'm just being silly. Remember when we used to talk about Epstein all the time? The news? And then the news cycle changed. They're on to something else. I want to go back and revisit all the Epstein stuff. I wasn't through with that. I wasn't ready to go to another news cycle. Yeah, trolling motor. I almost made fun of you on your live stream. Where's the trolling motor? Why are you pedaling? Silly. Yeah, there's a lot of nice little private islands and stuff all over. It would be cool. Oh, there I go talking. What are we at? A minute and a half of rest. Let's go again. This is what happens. If I try to talk to people, I lose track of my workout and time. I mean, time already flies when I'm in the gym because I'm having fun. But then when I start talking and reading and thinking about other things, I really lose track of time. Whoa. I think one more set, or maybe two more. However many I can get with very little rest, 1 minute in between sets. Maybe I'll even take some weight off. This is our main bread and butter, so I want it to feel good. And it's not there yet. A couple more sets, I think. I gotta take some weight off. Yeah, you like boats. I like bicycles. I got a lot of different bicycles. But you know what kind of bicycle I don't have? An e-bike. No, sir. No, sirree, Bob.
No, you just want me to get one.
I actually would like an e-bike for my wife. I know she wouldn't be able to come with me on the mountain biking trails because that takes skill. Not that she's not capable of learning that, but I've already been doing it for years and years and years. And I like to exercise hard and ride hard. But for a road bike ride, I have road bikes too, you know? Just casually cruising at like 20 miles an hour for an hour and a half. My wife's gonna need an e-bike to keep up with me. That would be pretty cool.
Also had some pretty serious crashes on that mountain bike.
Yeah, I have had some pretty good crashes on the mountain bike, yeah. Some really good crashes. What's up, Jose?
Oh, no way.
Nah, it's not the Jose unless it's one of his backup accounts. But this Jose likes me too and would blow me kisses and heart emojis. You know, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I think Jose was trying to catfish me on TikTok, pretending to be a young, thin, feminine Mexican boy. There was a guy that was coming on real heavy on me on TikTok, saying they had all this extra money because they made it on OnlyFans. Guys liked him because he had very little hair, you know? And now all of a sudden Jose's all over me on TikTok. You know, I mean on YouTube. In Jose Sanders' Journey's live stream, he's been doing this for a long time. Some of those pictures of him when he was young, wow, yeah, he probably was very, you know, in demand when he was young and thin and feminine looking, you know, just young. Maybe it was him. He's using his past profile images and names. It was all trying to cozy up next to me, wanting to talk and shit. They all want to talk and cozy up. I can't help it. Wasn't that funny when that one lady went delirious and she thought everybody was hitting on her? She had all these notes all over her house. The days and times that the delivery guy was checking her out.
My grandma?
Yeah. I think maybe I'm going crazy. No. Everybody really is checking me out. She was just imagining it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody is really checking me out. I'm not losing my mind and going crazy. But I'm failing to keep track of time. Let's take those 10s back off. It's feeling really nice. But I want to pick up the pace and do some more sets with less rest, more reps. Woo! I want those veins to start popping. on the shoulders. This is my main bread and butter. Just like yesterday, all I did was squats. My legs feel fantastic. It was a great exercise. Military press, work shoulders, triceps, and it's working a little teeny bit of the chest. Just a little teeny bit. It's like a compound movement here. Standing up, I'm using my core to stabilize everything. Okay, what's that? What did I call that earlier? It's a force multiplier. Like me, a force multiplier. I'm as strong as 10, but I'm smart as 10. That makes me 100, baby. Hundo! Hundo! I'm a 10 on looks, a 10 on the strength. That's a force multiplier. Makes me a hundo. That's what it means. It's not 10 plus 10. That doesn't make me a 20. It makes me a hundo. 100. 10 times 10. Last time I checked, 10 times 10 was still 100. You know, they've changed the education system. They do math all funky now. I can't even do it the way they want it done. And what's the purpose? I could understand if it was a convoluted learning process that only made it higher education easier, like when you get to calculus. But come on, that's not what's happening. This new education system, the parents can't even help their own fucking kids. I don't know how to do this stupid math. Why did they change it? Who's the idiot behind this? All right, let's pay attention. No more than 1 minute of rest. I want to fire off a few good sets and get pumped. I mean, could I get any more pumped? Holy cow! I did say I had some of the nicest shoulders on YouTube. It's telling the truth. Just like I said, I would give my money to charity. I did! 20 more seconds to myself before we gotta fire off some more military press barbell. Thanks for adding ice. The cold water is especially good, babe. Here we go. Yeah! Starting to burn good. I know I'm making... It's happening now, bro. All those beef burritos I had late last night before bed, the ones that made me hungry 10 minutes later, I think I just must have turned that beef straight into muscle. No, I didn't fire up beans. I know, actually, as I laid in bed last night hungry, I thought I should have had the can of beans. Because when I was making the 2 burritos late night at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I got 15 seconds left. I was like, I've been eating so much all day today. I can't just do a can of beans too. Fuck. And then 10 minutes later, I was like, I should have ate the can of beans. I'm hungry! There's 1 minute of rest. Let's get another set. Woo, we got 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Somebody's putting bowling balls or boulders. I'm building boulders. Spitting everywhere. I gotta clean this mirror again. Makes me look like raving lunatic in here. All this spit on the mirror from yelling. Me? Didn't I say that?
Yeah, but you said again, like you cleaned it before.
Oh. I've cleaned it at least once or twice in the 16 years that we've lived here. Always giving me a hard time. That's why I keep her around. Hey. There we go. 3 seconds. Let's go. Another set. Almost lost track of time. Ah! One last set with the camera adjusted. I'm in La La Land. But I feel good. That's all that matters. I feel good. This darn bar needs to get out of here so I can do a proper flex and pose down after this workout. While the shoulders are jacked. Oh shit. We got 25 seconds left. See, I totally zone out and I forget about everything when I come into the gym and have a good time. That's the beauty of the gym. That's the beauty of exercise. The same thing happens on my bike ride. The whole outside world melts away as I focus on every rock and bump on the trail so I can maintain control. 1 minute's up. Last set, here we go. As we're dealing with some dead shoulders. All right, dudes. I got a great pump. All that food that I wolfed down yesterday. Because I work out all the time, my metabolism is high. I burn through any kind of food. It's like jet fuel on the throwing it in the oven. All natty, almost 50, 49 years old. This is what I enjoy doing since the age of 13. Lifting weights, putting on muscle, getting bigger, getting stronger. Kind of goes hand in hand with my marketing degree. Liking to get up front and talk. The challenge of not making the mistake. Putting my foot in my mouth, forgetting what I'm going to say. Sounding like an idiot. Like my wife says, she's noticed that I stopped doing that. Because when I first started, that's all I did. I wanted to go for a bike ride, but it was raining. Try it out sometime. YouTube live stream. You know, Stuttering, what was his name? Stuttering John from Howard Stern. He used to have a bad stuttering problem. And it was kind of funny because he was a jackass. He would go interrupt interviews with his stuttering. But he was on camera for so long and watched himself. It was like therapy. And he got rid of his stutter. Stutter. Anyways, YouTube is helping me out in a lot of different ways. It makes me look at myself, reflect on myself, what message I'm putting out, what kind of person I want to be. And let's remember, I'm getting paid to play on YouTube. I should probably play nice. Thanks again. Everybody that's helping me out, and special thanks today, Eric LaPointe and Champ. Daisy May. I love when my wife helps me out. Long time no see. Well, it really hasn't. I'm always spying on her. I spy on a lot of people.
Well, I'm not always in the chat. I haven't seen it.
My wife knows I'm always on my phone looking at YouTube. If I'm not working, I'm watching other people. A lot of times I just don't say anything. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I just watch and admire. You know, Daisy May does all these nice, wholesome games. Good family content. My wife loves games. I've even asked Daisy May what kind of game she was playing, and it was very similar to my wife's tap game. Daisy does these little glue things where they get attached. The whole thing is sticky, and you take different color coatings and apply them, and you eventually make a picture. My wife is doing that on her phone, and we just went over it earlier as she woke up today, and the app was taken away, and Google said that it was deemed an unsafe app, so it's like no longer available. So kind of interesting. It took away her tap game. She was saying she had thousands of pictures tapped and stuff. Now they're all gone. So yeah, thanks again for stopping by. It's been a great workout. I'm going to try posting my workouts more in advance. So if you want to stop by, because you know what I'm doing that day, maybe you will. Oh, I don't need to stop by on leg day because I don't do legs. But you love doing upper body, so you show up on upper body days. Thanks again, everybody. Have a nice day. I'm going to get out of here. My wife needs to work out too. Not needs to, she wants to. We share the gym, and we share good habits. Thanks again.